Can you please introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, my name is Auxane and I'm the coordinator for the alignAI project. I'm co-coordinating this project with Caitlin Corrigan and also a bunch of other people from our team. And otherwise, I work here at the Institute for Ethics in AI.
What goals do you see as most important for the alignAI right now?
So within the project, I think the biggest goal is definitely to teach the students to work interdisciplinarily, which is probably the biggest challenge we will be facing and we're already facing. Now, for the project itself, the goal is to show that we can do value alignment properly. So it is to say, we're talking about it a lot in policy settings, we're talking about it a lot in standardization, but what would it look like in real life if we were to put the proper efforts to do it? And so that's what we're trying to do here.
What criteria do you use to judge progress?
So for now, the students have started just a few months ago. So the progress that we see is mostly them trying to work together, figuring out how to work together, translating language from one field to another. And I mean, of course, as academics, one of our criteria is publication. What comes out of the research? Is it useful? Is it usable? I would say the long-term impact will be rather evaluated through how many policy uptook this. Did the EU in the end use what we put out? Did companies that we work with as well as partners in the project integrate some of the findings? So that would be our long-term evaluation criteria of did it work?
Why were the 3 use cases chosen?
So those use cases are very high risk. That's why they were chosen. If you think about education, we're talking about children. We're talking K-12 here. This is the future of any society's children, and AI is impacting children. Using AI in education is also something we have to do. So I feel like this use case is very well ingrained in evolution of society. Then we have the news one, which is about online media. That was creating a lot of moral panic and also a lot of actual impact, real life impact, to have AI integrate the news sphere. So this one is very just highly relevant to everyday people and every age as well. And then the mental health one, I mean, mental health is probably one of the biggest risky topic, especially with AI. There's a lot of conversation around how does that impact how we feel, how does that impact how we see the world, how we see ourselves, how we see others. In this case, we're trying to showcase that AI for mental health can be very positive if we develop it the right way, if we do it the right way.
How do you plan to move results into real settings?
We have a lot of companies involved, and I think this, to us, is the best way to move this into real implementation. Of course, this is an EU-funded network, which also gives us a lot of access to policy, which we will use in the future. The moment we have results, we will share that with the relevant people in Brussels. But also with the companies themselves, it's very important to see, okay, if what we're doing makes sense to them. And if it's not making sense, then maybe we're not doing the right thing, because they are the ones in the end putting products on the market. And our aim is to have real impact, so market impact, really.
What challenges have you faced so far?
A lot of challenges, because the beginning of this kind of project is always hard. Of course, the hiring in itself was a challenge. We're still not completely out of the woods as of right now, but we will be. So that was the first biggest issue, is find the right people that are willing to move to the right places. And well, hopefully this is sorted soon. Other challenges for now have been mostly content-wise to align the students between themselves. We have 17, well, currently 16, soon to be 17 doctoral candidates, and they all have a different experience and different background. I feel like they're doing a very good job, though, at taking ownership of their own field and trying to share it with the others and align. But of course, figuring out such a big project for them as juniors has been a big thing. So the PIs are doing a great job at supporting them. And yeah, otherwise, I mean, you know, EU projects, or maybe you don't, but EU projects are very heavy in organization, coordination. And on our side, of course, that has been the biggest challenge, was figuring out, okay, what's our workflow here? how do you align all those partners? How do you make sure that they have the right information, the right time, that you can fix all their problems, that at the same time you're generating good outputs? But I think we're getting there. I would say I'm pretty proud of where we're at a year into the project. So yeah, challenges, but not unfixable.
What long-term impact do you hope this project will have?
I hope it showcases that we can do good AI, right? So we say value alignment, we can use any other term, ethical AI, responsible AI, whatever it is. But at the end of the day, it's to say we have a technology here in the middle of a technological revolution, really. And this technology is impacting every sphere of everyone's lives, whether we want it or not. Now, how do we design it properly in a way that makes sense to companies, to policymakers, to researchers, that is doable? And so I do hope that this project just showcases that we can do it properly, and here's a blueprint.
So thank you for your insights and for your time. That was great.
Thank you.
Thank you.